What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Robinson. With me, as always, that's Phil motherfucking Jones right there. What's happening?
What's good, Raider Nation? How you guys doing?
Shit, we got the schedule drop release. We got all kinds of news to catch up on. We've been asleep behind the wheel, but it's time to wake up and it's time to get back to work.
Sleep, work, it's all the same damn thing. Oh man. So, hey, schedule just dropped. Um, the league is finally doing us a favor by not having to travel all over the fucking creation in Timbuktu. Like, my God, it's finally playing out slowly but surely. It's coming there. Yeah, we got to dive in, talk a little bit about the draft picks, then talk about what we're looking at facing on the schedule. I know I definitely do plan on showing up to at least two of these games, one home and one away. So, man, let's dive in. Let's go on and get started. I mean, look, the draft that just happened a couple weeks ago. Uh, Raiders went on and got Ashton Genty. Look, you got a playmaker running back, helping in the backfield, receiving as well. He's actually a good pass blocker. The one thing that we heard, and this was something that I used to hear a few times before, like the draft had started. This was with James Jeremiah. He said one thing: the Raiders have to fix their O line before they can even look at going running back. You have Colton Miller. They added Alex Kappa. You already had Delmar Glaze. You have JPJ rocking at center. And now you have a little battle that's probably going to be going on at the left guard position between Meredith and Parham. But then again, now the Raiders drafted a guy in, I don't know, Caleb Rogers. He could probably swing over there, but he's more of a right guard kind of guy. But you got a little battle between those two with Meredith and Parham. And so far, I was like, okay, the Raiders O-line is fine. The problem was just coaching. You did not have a good coach, but when you had Joe Philbin take over, and when he took over, I mean, my guy was really tutoring, teaching, guiding these guys that they actually got better with how that shitty season was looking last year. That O-line got better. Not amazing better, but like it got better than what we saw in the first half. So having a better coaching staff, and thank God Joe Philbin's still there with the team. This is a plus. Have him under with Chip Kelly's offense. That's another plus. So this again, it's definitely going to be a game-changing offense, especially now having Ashton Genty. In the second round, you're going to get a guy like Jack Bott from out of TCU. Now, if you know, came out of LSU, he was their leading receiver, but he was still in the shine away from guys like, I don't know, Malik Neighbors, and I can go down the list on some of the other guys.
Thomas.
Yep, Brian Thomas Jr., Kyron Lacey was on that. God rest his soul. He was taking that shine, and then transferred over to TCU. He only had what? Actually, he didn't have any drops. He had one drop or no drops.
One drop on a dive.
It was one drop on the dive. That's what it was on the film. So, yes. I mean, when you look at that, I mean, that's a solid wide receiver for you. That's a solid number 2. He's not afraid to get dirty and block for his guys. And if he needs to fight for yards, he will fight for yards. That's something that we need at wide receiver. I know our group was looking kind of abysmal, a little undersized. But now you get a guy like him playing there. That's a big plus.
And
But
there's
then
an added bonus. There's an added bonus to this when you look at him talking about the size, because they will come across a lot of physical defenders in division this year. And we went from having some of the smallest receivers in the division to almost probably one of the bigger wide receiving cores in the division. And that's going to pay dividends in beating press coverage, getting open early, and just being able to win 50-50 balls and one-on-one opportunities.
And absolutely. And then you also brought in one of the fastest wide receivers that came out of the combine. That's Dante Thornton Jr. He's 6'5", 210.
They called it, I believe they said 205, but
he's 205 now.
But I would envision they'd want to get him upwards of in between 215 and 220, but probably settle for about 210, 215 this offseason.
I mean, shoot. And running a 4.3 flat. I mean, come on. Like, that's a big play target. And I know when he was at Tennessee, I say about 20% of his catches were scores. So you got him connecting to an accurate thrower and Geno Smith. That's a big help in the red zone. Something that Geno did not have working for him when he was in Seattle. Now you have somebody that can go up and do those 50-50 balls.
I think I could get there with the height, but I think them 50-50 balls are going to Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer. That's probably where that would go. What I see happening with Thornton is more of using it towards a DK-ish type role, and having him use that speed and that height to make a larger target for Geno to hit. Because there was a video that circulated through Twitter earlier today about Geno's throws from a clean pocket. And when he's able to stand, step in, throw in rhythm, and deliver, that ball is deadly accurate.
You're not lying on that one. And then we had a little early panic button alert going into the no, bro. It was let me tell you something. When there's no news going on, and let's just say one guy that does not show up to voluntary minicamp, it's the end of the fucking world. Oh, we gotta trade him. We gotta pay him all the money he needs. Oh no, Colton Miller's not there. I don't know how many of you guys were panicking. I'm like, shit, you can pay the guy. I mean, shit. He's been good. He's been one of your longest tenured players with the Raiders since they were in Oakland. So, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that. When you look at things, Raiders said, look, he's had injury problems, but he's still a good. He's still a solid player. I'm not going to knock him on that. But at that height, being 6'8", and you're dealing with a lot of these edge rushers, now they can run a 4.4 flat, and they still can carry the weight that a normal defensive end is carrying too. So you got to start to have something backed up in the future. Now, we've seen Thayer Mumford, and I'm going to be real here.
Delegated to a lifetime swing tackle.
I don't need my offensive tackle laying in a crater like Yamcha off of fucking Dragon Ball Z. I don't need to see him on his back, laid out like somebody just took his soul on the fucking battlefield. I don't need that shit.
Can't get
Geno
no
Smith,
blocking like that.
Geno Smith don't need that shit. He just got away from it. Why would I want to walk back into a situation with that again? So the Raiders did the smartest thing, and I'm so glad they didn't listen to all these motherfuckers that said, "Oh, I definitely know that they're going to take a offensive tackle in the first round." If y'all motherfuckers don't get back to the fucking kitchen with that bullshit, we're going to take Mimbu. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I'm glad he went to the Jets. They stuck to the damn path. We're going to get Mimbu. No, we need to take Calvin Banks at 6. This is why
Oh,
some
we
of you
didn't.
don't have a job on a team. Just keep fantasizing, all right? Stick to that shit. Motherfuckers talking now. I was like, y'all don't shut the fuck up with that shit. That's why I really kind of stayed off of Twitter during the off season because we get these outrageous bullshit. Jesus.
Force fed, rinse, wash, and repeat.
Well,
Over and
we heard him say that.
over again.
Ted said this, and well, they said that. Motherfuckers can say this shit. I want to here. This is the long term thing, and we can say that. Yeah, everywhere we can say like, well, they already had Genty already. So what are you talking about? I'll be real here. Everybody's board changes. Yeah, they may have put Genty down there because it was just like the natural pick. Hey, we could have went a different route. We could have took this guy, or we could have tried to trade up and do this. But you know what? We need our picks this year. We need offensive help. They didn't have a good, solid running back. So guess what? You're gonna take him. That was common fucking sense. Um, we needed a lot of things. I'm glad they really addressed the offense. But yeah, getting Charles Grant out of William Mary, whoo,
Huge.
I like Brennan, especially with the running game. But go back to what I said earlier. Keeping Phil, excuse me,
Gino.
no, keeping Joe Philbin
Uh,
as your offensive assistant. He's basically going to be helping the O line. Thank God they kept him. That's all you need to know is that you need to be grateful they kept Joe Philbin on the roster. Okay?
mm-hmm.
That's all you need to know. I'm not causing no fucking uproar. Motherfuckers can always speculate. I'm just going to leave it as that.
Joe
Um,
Philbin is a proven offensive coach, a good
and he
offensive
can
coach.
develop. If you Now everybody likes to talk shit about the Cowboys. I like to talk shit about the Cowboys, but when you look at what was it Tyrell Smith, that was one of the tackles. You look at what was it Fredericks, that was the center and all that. They can't. I know he retired early. He had an injury, but he helped develop a handful of those guys. That's why, like, you look at Smith, he's going to end up probably being a Hall of Famer. You can go down that whole damn list of those Cowboys offensive linemen they had in the last couple of years here. They've been good. Now, when he left, they started looking like ass. I'm just saying. But Joe Philbin can develop a good O-line. He can find the right guys. If he's not the O-line coach, he's the head coach, he'll find some good offensive linemen. Insert Richie Incognito back when he was in Miami. So again, and then you had the Pouncey twin, one of the Pouncey twins. You had him at center.
Mhm.
So he can find good old linemen. He can help develop them. Getting Grant and then also going back and then getting Rogers. That was very smart by the Raiders because again, you got Alex Capper. He's on a 1-year deal. We don't know if Alex Capper might say, "Hey, I give you one more good year that I got left in me, and then that's it." Or who knows? You don't know if Rogers might got that dog in him and beat him out. You don't know. But he is a good offensive lineman.
And a
He
good
can
right
play the
guard.
tackle spot, but he's more of your guard. And you already have a good tackle in Delmar Glaze. And then people really need to understand that. That's why I kept trying to say, why are we replacing guys that we've been trying to develop that have been doing good in that position? Why would you replace that? That's idiotic. That's how you get your ass fired. That's how you end your ass back in the kitchen. So I need you guys to understand, you got to give things time. Why do you, as much, yeah, the Eagles may be grabbing talent left and right, but guess what? When them other Eagles that they had over the years, those were the guys they had to develop. And they got better and better as years went by. Now they got a new farm bunch. You have to build through the draft. Can't always be free agency and throwing all this money and shit. You have to know how to scout right. You have to know how to find the right guys that fit overall, who are versatile, and who can be the long term choice. Who can I actually develop and they can pick up on what I need them to do going forward? The Raiders so far have done that. Now you'll find some diamonds in the rough, but so far I'm liking what the Raiders have gotten in this draft. I like a few of the guys that we got back from the last draft. But just moving on, you go and look at Darian Porter. Darian Porter, tall, linky cornerback that he has the speed. Probably gonna need maybe a little bit. He probably might just work his way into a rotation, but I think he'll be a big factor to help us out going forward.
I think it's going to be a little bit more than that. Darian Porter has got a lot of ability. He's very sticky when he's actually in coverage. He's primarily a boundary zone corner from what I've seen in his tapes, which again, he wasn't challenged very much, but when in coverage, nobody's running away from him because he's so tall and he's so long. So
Right.
he can reach around receivers and knock the ball down, and it's just better for offenses to avoid him. Now there's some susceptibility to a double move, and but what he needs more than anything is more reps. And the more reps that he gets, the better coaching that he gets, and it's going to continue to end up to be a better and better thing for us. Now, what we have in terms of corners is Jacorian Bennett, and then we've got pretty much everybody that we've brought in via draft or free agency. But when you look at physical ability versus and mix it with size, I believe Josh Humphreys are
Yeah.
roughly the same size and mirror models of each other. Fast, big, athletic guys who can get in the pocket in the press and not let guys off the line of scrimmage, beat blocks, come up, tackle. There's a lot of raw talent in our defensive secondary, and I'm very curious to see what it ends up being.
Hold on 1 second. Are Parham's shortcomings last year due to injury or lack of development, and can he become a solid starter? The one thing that me and Robinson had really said on Parham, he's got to put on weight. Now he did say he had what he got sick and he dropped weight. He dropped a large amount of weight. Am I correct?
He dropped, so he was listed at 315, I believe, and he dropped to
Down to like
280.
280. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I will also go so far as to say when he came out of college, he was around the 280 mark. 280, 290. I think it was 285 or something like that.
Yeah, he was
He's
about like
always been
285 and
yeah. That's his
he was
natural weight.
well, he was frequently moving across the line. They also had him at tight end a few times. So
It's his natural
I,
weight. That's his
true,
natural weight.
true. And the way they ran the system back at what was it, Memphis?
It worked.
Yeah. Now the weirdest thing I thought about, but I mean, I prefer that he try to get on some weight, but he's gonna have to bulk up a little bit in muscle. Now, when I saw that schedule video, I mean, he looked like he put on some weight again. He didn't look like his smaller self, and I was kind of shocked. I was like, "Oh, he playing center?" Just saying, could be some
Well,
factors.
the main issue while weight was also one of my key issues with him, and because he's blocking a lot of big defensive tackles,
Yeah.
is the fact that he cannot get off the line of scrimmage. He cannot get across the line of scrimmage in the run block, and very rarely did you ever see him more than 2 to 3 yards up the field, and that's just not good enough.
No, I get it. Don't get me wrong on that one. Like, because someone that's played on the O line, like, no, when you need to get to the next level, you need to get to the next level. Why you may be causing a stalemate, but that's not going to help on a running game.
Mm-mm.
And you might get pushed back a yard, and then now you're allowing that linebacker to cut through that gap that just opened up because you weren't able to get to the next level, and the play gets blown up. Or maybe it might be a stunt, and that D lineman or defensive end came right through. So I wholeheartedly agree with you, Robinson. He has to get better within the trenches.
And at this, we've seen 3 years of him now. And at this point, if you can find better, you should move on.
Again, you look at what they brought in. You brought in Charles Grant. You brought in Caleb Rogers, and Caleb Rogers can move a motherfucker.
And play right guard. Not only can he play right guard, but when you watch his tape, it's the position he's most naturally suited to.
You are not lying on that one. Like, he looks truly comfortable in that spot.
At
So
least 3 to 5 times better than the left guard, and leaps and bounds better than his play as a tackle.
Again, I
We'll get there. We'll get there, Kev.
Would the craziest thing happen? Moving him to center and JPJ at guard on the
Back
left
to
side.
guard.
Yeah,
I think that's a horrible idea.
You know what, bro? I get it. Don't get me wrong, because I like JPJ at center. When I saw him at the Senior Bowl, I was like, oh shit, that nasty motherfucker. I want him at
big
center.
refrigerator, drop 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds. That boy will be an absolute murder. He'd be an instant Hall of Famer.
So my whole thing is this. I'm going to keep an open mind if somebody is looking to do that plug-in. Hopefully they don't, but we got to keep an open mind. because that could be a possibility. You know I don't
It's
say
possible.
I don't say that shit for no
Oh,
reason.
I've heard it. It's not the first time I've heard it.
Where's Rich where you can have him say, Paul,
Oh, he's
hey.
around here somewhere. People didn't turn the notifications off because it's been a minute.
I know, right? We came back from the dead. Rich had to get the shaman.
Fighting off the spirits. Anyway, now we've passed up Thornton. Now we are on to the quarterbacks, I believe.
Cam and not Cam Newton. We got
Cam
Cam
Miller
Miller.
from North Dakota State. So far on North Dakota State quarterbacks, are we what would we call that? 1 for 2? Or no, we got
Woo.
Easton Stick too, so that would be 1 for 3.
You can say that.
So North Dakota State quarterbacks are 1 for 3, and you could call Carson Wentz's career honestly lightning in the bottle, because after he got hurt that Super Bowl year, he was never the same.
Yeah. I
Ever.
mean,
Never.
what's crazy, if you really look at it, Easton Stick has put up decent numbers. Just homie was not winning because I mean, you had what Brandon Staley is your head coach, and then you had an interim head coach, and they just said we don't give a fuck.
It was sad to see. It was a sad thing for me to watch Brandon Staley go, because
Damn.
I truly enjoyed watching him do something stupid in crunch time that would cause the Chargers to lose without fail.
The
Week
Chargers are up 35-10. It's fourth quarter. The game is by Chargers hold a 1-point lead. How
Wait,
the fuck that happened?
he kicked it onside. Never seen that before.
What choked first, the offense or the defense?
How about Staley? And you're right, we did pass on Tonka Hemingway and JJ Pegues. Tonka Hemingway.
I'm not done getting to him. I just wanted to get the offense down on the way because look, I mean, what was the one thing that was fucking struggling? Like
Interior offensive line, and
it was bad. Like it was
dire.
like
Putrid.
we had great value brand linemen that was starting. Think about it. You had great value. Walmart great value brand offensive linemen starting.
Hey, bro, you're gonna have to put some more respect on Jordan Meredith's name. Man. He
I ain't
grades
talking
out.
about Jordan Meredith, bro. I was talking about Whitehead and
you know what? You know what? That's funny that you say that, because I had just completely disassociated them from my memory and didn't even think about that.
Do I need to bring back Pete?
No, you don't. Or
I
Whitehair.
want to remember Pete.
Andres,
Big ass Pete.
Big ass can't block nobody.
He
Couldn't
looked
block
like
a gust of wind.
every time I looked at Andrews Pete, it looked like it looked like a little donut hole that just hit the ground.
The motherfucker couldn't block a water from a hose if you shot it at him. You know what I'm saying? Said, Jesus, how did you get so big and so transparent? Just people could just phase right through you. You get a hand on nothing and nobody.
Like, bro, it was just like, you know how you built your Madden Ultimate team? You probably have like,
Remember the
okay,
guys you start with?
yep, your O line. Like, okay,
everybody ranked 55.
One O lineman is like got like an 80 overall. Your guard got like a 55.
Yeah.
Your center got like a 70.
62.
Andrews Pete was a 48. And
No
you're like,
good.
yo, block, save me,
Hmm.
help,
Watch
help.
out!
And this motherfucker is like,
It was bad. It was
so,
bad.
but yeah, Cam Miller, he put up some real good, decent numbers over at North Dakota State. And I mean, that boy got wheels on his feet. He's accurate. He's a smart and safe passer. Now, I will say there's something that me and Robinson and a few others watched on tape on all 22. Motherfucker will throw to his running back. If he don't see nobody downfield, he will hit that running back quick. He will
Mm-hmm.
throw to his tight ends.
Yep.
So, you know, Bowers and Mayer, they will feast. So, and if he doesn't see anybody, he will take off and run, and he'll get you a good 10, 15 yards. So if you need that first down on 3rd and 2, you're going to get about a good 10 or 12. So I would say what didn't hold on, pull that back up. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
That one.
I would say
What didn't help Trey Lance was because he hardly played at North Dakota State.
yeah.
While
He only had like, and now that's another thing
season
with a
and a
lot of
half.
the guys. Like they probably had like 1 or 2 good seasons, and they only had like probably like a total of like 19 starts. So one thing that my old man has always taught me was the Bill Parcells system. You go 29 games or more with a player. And what I mean by 29 games or more, I don't mean like that motherfucker played like 3 games and then you start adding and adding and adding. I mean like he had a full 11 to 12 games that year. Then the next year, 12 or
And
13, and then like, just go on and go on. It's got to be double digit each year. And you look at Cam Miller, that was double digit, especially with your quarterbacks, especially with your O-line. That's what you want to look for. If you take a look, everybody that likes to be stat addicts, go and look at certain players. You like, oh, everybody say he's all this and that and shit. I'll give y'all a prime example. I'm in a good mood tonight. So I'm gonna pull this up. So we talk about the Bill Parcells rule.
mm-hmm.
Prime example, Will Levis.
Will Levis is
How many
off,
games you think Will Levis actually started?
18. I know. I don't
24.
even 24.
So
12 a
basically
year.
under.
29.
Yup.
And how many years was Will Levis at college to start 29, 24 games?
Whoo! He had 2 years at Penn State and then 2 years at
It
Kentucky.
was 4 years and 2 years worth of starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of bench riding and transferring to get PT at a lower college when nobody plays quarterback at Penn State worth a damn anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
Now,
what about
one that
touchdown Tommy?
one that kind of sits with me because he actually came close to the threshold, but I'm not going to crucify him. Joe Burrow only had 28 games.
Well,
But
there's
then
an
again, that
outlier.
motherfucker did complete about 76% of his passes threw for nearly
and
6,000 yards and 60
and
touchdowns.
reset and
So I'd be
reset
like,
every
hold up,
collegiate record.
I shut the fuck up now.
There's always one. There's always one.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Every time I look at Will Levis after he took that hit,
Hey, it hurt. That shit hurts, son.
he was like, "No, daddy, no." Oh shit, bro. Every time I look at this. But yeah, with Cam Miller, I mean, don't overlook him. He is somebody that will compete against Aiden O'Connell for that number 2 spot. I'm going to say it right now. All right. But yeah, I mean, you got also what Tommy Millott. They're gonna move him at wide receiver. He's gonna probably be your gadget player that they're gonna use him as. And then I will get to our defensive tackles. JJ Pegues and Tonka Hemingway both can play offense. That's one thing. But interior wise, Pegues, he has been good at stopping the run or creating pressure, especially on the pass rush. Has been solid. He has 10 sacks under his career at defensive tackle, exactly at defensive tackle. Tonka Hemingway, he's also been someone that can be a rotational guy that also helps within the run stop. So we got guys that can come in and help. And if like our guys that like with I really went blank right there. Christian Wilkins and Adam Butler, if they need hey, we need a rest, you can throw these 2 guys in to do the rotation. They're solid guys that can really step up. And for getting them later in the rounds, I feel like that was a steal, especially with a guy like JJ Pegues with how he can move. This man was averaging about nearly 4 yards a carry as a big ass running back.
Yeah, as a fullback.
No, he was playing running back, sir.
No, I saw him run with the ball too.
He was lined up as running back
and running, not just running up the middle. We're talking about off tackle, a toss play.
Imagine if you let his big ass do a tush push. I'm evil as shit.
You damn sure better get at least 2-3 yards ever.
Yo,
that man would just pick you up and throw you over the pile.
That'd be a great moment in big back history.
Oh my Lord. He said a great moment in big back history. I can only imagine where this is going.
I would frame that shit up on the wall.
What would be the big moment in big back history?
Him doing a tush push, lined up under center, and then running and getting a first down or probably a score.
Ray, you look like you've been watching too much of the Fat Fellas.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not Fat Fella season over here, brother. Okay.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Thick friend, the thick 6, baby, the thick 6.
The thick 6, yes. We gotta get that design on t-shirts.
I do too. That shit, the thick 6. I love it.
Every time he comes up, look, they gotta create a sign. When he comes out there on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, you got to get the sign out saying the thick 6.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Now I know
Now, real quick for one last thing on these particular defensive linemen. These guys are more agile and gap shooters and whatnot. Can they fight off multiple double teams and whatnot? I'm sure they can. Is that something that you'd want them to do on multiple occasions? Probably not. That's probably not ideal for their size, but it's a good thing that Pete and John weren't done at the draft, because the UDFAs are probably some of the most intriguing prospects that I've seen in quite a while. And don't be surprised when some of your favorite guys from the bottom of the depth chart get sent packing.
Ooh, it's already happened.
We've already seen it. So I'll get to the UDFAs, and then we can get to the guys who got sent packing. But Tank Booker from SMU, 6'3", 347 pounds. So that's another double team eater. The guy they got from New Zealand was 6'6", 370 something.
I got it right here. Hold on.
Well, you looked at a Dominic Boyd, tackle, 6'3", 309 from Georgia Southern. Hudson Clark, the safety from Arkansas. Arkansas had a pretty
he's 6'6", 348.
Leke or
Lakitasi.
Okay, whatever. Parker Clements, tackle, 6'6", 295 out of Vatech. Pat Conroy, the tight end, 6'2", 240 from Old Dominion. Mello Dotson, corner, 6 192 out of Kansas.
Got my guy.
Mello Dotson is a beast. Okay,
Ball hawk.
6 192 of all in your grill. Said he's another zone corner but he's got so much more to his game than just that. Like Phil said, he's a ball hawk. He's a turnover producer, a willing tackler, and he's not small. He plays big. He plays big as well. And if you do happen to be bigger than him, then he's just going to be pesky and climb inside your jersey and start beating you to the ball and frustrating receivers. His game is solid. When you throw on the tape, a lot of people made a lot of noise about Kobe Bryant, including myself.
Yeah.
The better corner at Kansas was Mello Dotson.
I think Mello Dotson ended up finishing his career at Kansas, over 8 interceptions. He had about 4 touchdowns. That's pretty damn good.
That I do not know. There were quite a few guys that were mysteriously absent from the draft, getting a draft phone call.
Yeah, some of them, that caught me by surprise. I was a little bit shocked with Dotson and Kobe Bryant not being selected. But either way, you can work with him. There are some things with that. Yeah, you could say he's a bigger version. But here's the thing. You can correct it because 1, he's younger. 2, he's willing to learn. We had somebody that was disgruntled doing that. So I don't want to compare a guy that's willing to do what he need to be done, Jai Joyner, yeah, I like him from Minnesota.
We're gonna get to him in good time.
Oh, damn, and I forgot about
Zachary
Lindenberg. Shit. I forgot about Lindenberg. How did I forget about Lindenberg? Shit. Lindenberg, he's good. He's got a good sideline to sideline cover skills. So damn, we got some guys from Minnesota. They're not bad. Some work, but not bad at all.
Oh, yeah, Lindenberg and Eichenberg are gonna have a competition, battle of the Bergs, and whoever's best is one that gets to keep the job. Whoever loses out is going to the practice squad.
Whoever slew footed, who's ever got the
Although
slow step.
although that may not be the case either. We'll continue down the list. The next up is Zachary Franklin out of Illinois, 6'1", 204. More seems to be more of a camp body to me. The Raiders have 4 to 5 solid receivers. I don't see room for him unless he can do something amazing in special teams. Jaron Hufford, center, 6'3", 322. So we seem to like our centers to be big, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay with that. What's my thoughts on Amari Gainer? I have him. I have him as one of the backups currently, but he's gonna be in a dogfight for his position, and we'll circle back to this when I get to that guy. Then we have John Humphrey out of USC, 6'2", 193 pounds. So you're talking about a guy who's 6'2", 200 pounds, can run, has rangy, and has the long arms that Pete Carroll covets. He is a prototypical Pete Carroll defensive back to a T. Tackles, strips the ball, enter ball hawk, speed to take it the distance once he gets his hands on the ball. The any one of these corners that I just mentioned, Mello Dotson, John Humphrey, there'll be another one later, I believe. Any one of those corners can come in and get a roster spot today. There is nobody on the roster at corner, with the exception of Jacorian Bennett, who's better than these guys. All about competition, like he said. Okay, Matt Jones, linebacker from Baylor. Yeah, he was all right. But Jaw Joyner, we brought up Jaw Joyner. Let me tell you, when we talk about I don't know how a fool didn't get drafted, I don't know what the fuck happened. How many people were able to fall asleep on Jaw Joyner? If you throw on his highlight tape and watch this man come off the edge, I'm baffled at how not only did he not get drafted, he didn't get drafted early. For all the guys that you've heard being talked up, oh, this guy's good, this guy, yeah, what about this guy? This dude is every bit as good, if not better, and played all year in his whole entire career in the Big Ten. He did it to Penn State offensive line. He's done it to Ohio State, Michigan, you name it. He's done it to them. So the fact that he was able to produce on the level that he was, do the things that he's done, and go undrafted, where we could pick him up as a UDFA, is great for us. Charles Snowden should be on notice. Kuntz's job may not be 100% locked down, because they're roughly the same size. No, actually, Jaw Joyner is a little bigger, about an inch taller
Yeah.
and 12 pounds heavier. Tyree Wilson's job is on for Jaw Joyner is coming for a starting spot.
Look, I don't know if you just calm down. Green Mile been doing good.
He's coming for a starting spot. It's going to be up to Green Mile. It's
Green
going to
Mile
be up
gonna
to
say,
Poole.
"Boss, take my strong hand."
He gonna have to. And if he can hold out, then we're in a better place because of it, because Jaw Joyner is coming. And he won't be denied. You will see him on the field in crucial situations at times, or if nothing else, in the rotation. And we got Trayvon Maye, defensive tackle from Baylor. The other one, the Oos. Carter Runyon, another tight end, 6'4", 243 from Tosin. Greedy Vance, 5'9", 182 from USC. I have a problem with 5'9" corners. Said
Damn.
every once in a while, you'll find a good one. You'll find one who's capable of playing larger than their size. That's not Greedy Vance. And last but not least, and this was one that probably is right up with me in my eyes, is right up there with Ja Joyner and Mello Dotson, is Jalen Walker from Indiana. Indiana's defense was top notch for the majority of the season. And anytime you throw on a tape of Jalen Walker, the ball is on the ground, ends up on the ground more frequently. He hits, he covers, he blitzes. For he's slightly undersized, and that's probably why he went undrafted at 6'2", 219 as a Mike
Yeah.
linebacker. But he's incredible when you watch him play. It's incredible.
Ooh, buddy. I was not expecting that.
I'm not expecting what.
Nah. Let me see what we got here.
Man, as we were
Nick
talking
Williams.
about,
Oh, I agree. I do agree on that one. That he can fight and get that QB number 3 spot.
we're gonna get there, my boy. Hold on. And good to see you too, KB, even though you fucking held out, bastard.
This motherfucker had the nerve to say, "Oh yeah, I saw it."
And then
You
said
said that shit like Brian Williams. I was there.
you know,
Okay.
hit us with the Vinny. I can confirm.
Yeah. Speaking of
Didn't I
elite,
tell you not to come over here with that bullshit? I knew you was gonna try to pull that shit
here you
too.
go with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, I signed documents. Give
He
a
told me where all
fuck.
the shit is at. Go come get him.
Security.
Criminal of the highest magnitude. And I heard he kicks dogs.
You think? Speaking of Malik
I don't
Williams,
think he's booty against the run. He much better in pass, much better as a pass rushing edge, but I wouldn't call him booty against the run at all. Now the interesting thing is that you have the cap space to absorb that hit, but do you have the roster space? You've got plenty of guys on this roster who can make an impact, who you won't have to pay the type of money that you'll be paying to Hendrickson, and Crosby.
I wouldn't. Hey, if you can get Trey Hendrickson, hey, I'm all for it. All for it. Since Cincinnati already fucking up with their rookies right now, and then fucking up with your top edge rusher right now. So, hey, fuck it. I'll take it. I'll take a swing at it. Raiders that would be a defense nobody would want to fuck with.
You really have to find a way to get all them guys on the field. See if you could play 7 defensive linemen. That would be amazing.
Well, remember, Coons can stand up and play linebacker.
I don't think that's a good idea. Your linebackers.
I mean, he can be that rushing linebacker. I'm just saying,
Yeah, your linebackers are set, buddy. So you
Yeah.
Landon Roberts, you got Jalen Smith,
Devin White,
Amari Gainer. Somebody asked me about
Amari
Amari
Gainer. Yeah,
Gainer. He's going to be battling with Jalen Walker. He's got the size advantage over him, so I'm curious to see how it'll work.
This shit gonna be interesting. We got a good battle. Like we got guys that have talent, so this could go either way. Trade Coombs to the Bengals.
If they take him, I would.
I'm not complaining.
Absolutely, and give him a pick. If they'll take him,
Now you gotta worry about Max, Wilkins, Butler, Hendrickson. Shit. And I'm gonna even say it, the Green Mile. Because the Green Mile did get that motherfucker Mahomes.
What is my opinions on Devin White and Jalen Smith? Devin White should excel in this system.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more suited to his individual talents. I'm more curious as to what exactly. I know that Elandon Roberts can play and play in this system, but in a two-backer set, I like what Jalen Smith is capable of as long as his knees is going to hold up. If his knees hold up, that's your guy.
Speaking of Jalen Smith, I think it was good that he took a year off.
Mm-hmm.
He took a season off. So now you come back, you're healthy. And I was like, oh, he came in to try out. Hey, this motherfucker came in and said, I want this fucking job.
Took it.
Yeah, literally.
Or took somebody's job, because as soon as he came, they got rid of Amari Bernie, or however you say.
They got rid of Bernie real quick.
Real quick before that. Then he waited for the pass. He just bounced him.
Tennessee picked him up.
Now, Ty, I'm going to disagree with you here, because you get better with Hendrickson. And if you get better, you get Pro Bowl caliber right now. You got Hendrickson and Crosby. So your defensive tackles should eat, and your blitzing linebackers, which you have 3 of them now, should come free. Yep. And with that type of speed coming free, you don't have to cover as long. Especially when you have a bunch of corners that are used to sitting at 8 yards and coming forward on quick reads.
And let's be real here. Well, how the fuck will that fuck anything up? You're going with a guy that has had back-to-back seasons with 17 and a half sacks.
That's a bad thing. Don't want to fuck up the chemistry. You might have too much production.
We trying to dominate. Shit. Golly, just think about that shit right now.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. You want to build this thing up right and get it jumped off like that, and you got him on turf indoors instead of playing in the grass out there in the freezing cold.
No shit, that's good on your joints too.
Mm-hmm. Spoke about the team, Adam Butler. Look, yeah, all of that.
He's what, 30 right now? He'll be 31 in December.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing at a high level. Man, New Orleans was dumb as shit for letting him go.
3. Absolutely.
I'm just, if I'm John Spytek right now, I got all the pieces I need right now.
Wrong. You're missing one key one, and that's why you can't trade for him.
You ain't shit for that one. You ain't shit for that one. You know that, right?
But I'm correct.
You ain't shit for that one, Robinson.
You're missing one key piece.
You're fucking up my dream here.
One key piece, and that's why you can't trade for him. The piece that did not get addressed, that is the one remaining future piece that needs to be addressed. So that is your quarterback of the future, not the present, but the future.
I mean, all you just got to do. I mean,
you're also
you can trade. You give up that second round pick. That's all you got to do is give up that second round pick.
I don't think they're gonna go for that.
Give up that second. Them cheap asses, they'll give up. They'll go
bruh.
for it.
They're gonna try to fleece, and
no,
when trying to fleece, yeah, they are. He's not going anywhere. He's under contract for cheap. He just don't want to play for it.
He ain't playing.
But you need to see. I try to be nice to your ass, and then you come with shit like that.
You know what? I do it myself. Oh, you already did it, beat me too. Damn.
Yeah. So
you had try.
And you go and say some shit like that.
Okay, we need fuck all that shit. We let's get back to being focused because we get a little sidetracked right here. We're 1 hour and 8 minutes into the show. I appreciate you guys all tuning back in to our ragtag squad that's been around for the longest to this day. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Hey, you guys, give us some likes. Come on, help us out. It's been a minute. We gotta shake the cobwebs out of here and shit, man. Come on.
Oh, it's not over yet, player.
We ain't done yet, motherfucker.
We ain't done yet. We're just getting started. As long as my Wi-Fi holds up, shit.
Damn. Never thought I'd hear that day.
Here at the Las Vegas Raiders, we like to treat every day like it's game day.
Woo!
So I heard Tom Brady's in the building today with John Spytek.
Yeah, they're right up there.
Hey, Tom, great draft class, some great free agents. We got Pete Carroll. You ready for the season? Let's go.
All right, everyone. So the next stop on our tour will be our 3 Super Bowl trophies. The first 2 while we were in Oakland, and our third while we were the Los Angeles Raiders.
Of the 3 teams that played in Los Angeles, how many have won a Super Bowl?
2 have. 1, not so much. Who wants to see the team room?
$1983 was a good year.
Yeah, I remember like it was yesterday. Let me see that, Jim. Holy Toledo.
Whoa.
Here at Raiders headquarters, we love to make everything authentically and with love. Come on, that needs more sauce! Yes, sir! Hey, you guys are taking too long. Let's go! Yes, sir! Pat, what is up? That's burned! Yes, sir! You call yourself a chef? That looks like bear shit! Yes, sir!
Dang, AJ.
Welcome to the dark side.
Going up.
Hey, where's the flags?
Grab one there. You can grab one over there, and you penalty flag over here. Let me see, up here. There we go. There's one here, and how about here? There's one here. Good reaction. Good reaction.
Las Vegas Raiders, this is JPJ.
Jackson Powers Johnson. Yeah, no, I can definitely help you out with that. Anything else? No? Just always remember, go Raiders.
Jackson, what was that?
Just working hard.
I've been with the Raiders for over 5 years now, and nothing surprises me. Cute pony.
It's good, but let's have a closer look.
Yeah, let's have a close look.
Hated that game.
What you think?
Very
Good. Yeah, looks good.
Hey, yo, come on, man. What's going on?
It was bring your dog to work day today, bro. Man.
Come on, man.
What's that smell?
Can I get some help?
Here we go. Sorry, what's up? There we go. Woo! Easy money. Easy money.
Hey, thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go.
Come on.
Got the
you got it.
homie Levi.
Good shot.
Oh, you big dog.
Gotcha, bro. This.
Come on, Max.
Does mean I win?
guys, white, not blue.
Hey, Coach, your chewing gum for the year's here. Where do you want me to put it?
Hey, where's Flag?
All right.
That's the good stuff. I'm smacking.
It's that good stuff right there.
Yeah, they definitely did like their old ESPN version. Oh man,
I love it. That's how you do a schedule release video. It's far better effort than what we've seen in the last couple of years. But who knows? Maybe that's because they had some flexibility from not having a stiff as an offensive coach or as a head coach.
yeah, that too.
But it's our favorite time. We're going to play the schedule game right off the rip. Week motherfucking 1. New England Patriots on the road, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we got to face off against fucking Peter Griffin and his group. Week 2, Monday Night Football.
Ray, you didn't give us an answer. We need an answer.
Oh, you want an answer?
We need an answer. Keep
Hey,
track in
to
the
this
comment
day,
section.
Fuck the Pats.
Fuck them. Start the year off right with a dub. Week 2 said at home. Chargers, Monday Night Football.
2 cantankerous old men going head to head.
Rivalry renewed that spans across college landscape and through the pros for decades.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Admirable hate.
We're at home.
At home.
Gonna give us the W.
Dub 2-0. Week 3, traveling to Landover, Maryland.
I get to see my Raiders up close. They go up against Jaden and his squad.
J5, Debo Samuels, Scary Terry, De'Ami Brown, and the new look Washington Commanders defense.
Debo.
Now, is it going to be Debo who been eating after the cookout, or Debo who been working out?
Might be Debo that been working out.
I'm gonna have to say I agree with the chat section. I think that's gonna be an L.
Yeah, it might be. It won't be an ugly L, but it's gonna be an L. And then I gotta, Lord, give me a win in that game, because I'm telling you this shit. I'm gonna have to be throwing down on these damn Commander fans.
You might have to.
Shit.
You might have to. Week 4 versus the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
One opportunity to bash in Ben Johnson's head for choosing the wrong franchise. At home.
I'm taking the Raiders over the Bears.
As am I. Glad we're in agreement. Week 5 at the Indianapolis Colts.
Without a doubt.
Will they still be led by Anthony Richardson by week 5, or will they be on to Daniel Jones or
either with Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones? I'm still going the Raiders with that W.
Raiders with that W. So far, we are looking at that is 4-1, which brings us to Tennessee. Cam Ward coming in. What do you got?
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your trap game.
The trap game. Ooh.
When you least expect it, Cam Ward has a Jaden Daniels moment, and he was a Hail Mary. Raiders will go 4-2.
This is where we break. I believe that while I have absolute faith in Cam Ward's abilities, I still don't believe in the roster around him. I believe that while they are better than they were, they had a long way to go. At home, in Vegas, with Raider Nation supporting a 4-1 football team, they get that dub and we go to 5-1 and we keep pushing. Next up, the motherfucking Chiefs on the road. 10 o'clock start. Ooh, they got them on the early game at the 10 o'clock start time.
I think we pose a challenge for Kansas City. I think we're going to do something this year that has never happened. Raiders will get the win over Kansas City.
That's happened before, so what's never going to happen?
You'll see. Keep going.
Next up is the bye. Guarantee that the Raiders don't lose that. Week 9 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Diva is going to choke. Raiders get the win.
That's my trap game. I have Jacksonville coming in and getting the win. Week 10, the Denver Broncos, Thursday night football in Denver.
This in Denver or this in
It is in Denver.
Okay. We done well on Thursday night. think the Raiders pull off I think the Raiders can pull off a W against Denver this year.
Statistically speaking, the away team on Thursday night is far more often the loser. I have the Raiders losing to Denver on the road. Which brings us to week 11 after a mini bye. After a mini bye, we have the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football.
Oh, it's November.
Yes, November 11th.
No, it's November, so you already know.
It is still before Thanksgiving.
Dallas still gonna have their problems.
It's the week before Thanksgiving. And I don't believe this installment of Dallas is going to pose very many more problems, especially since they don't have Dan Quinn coaching defense. At first, I didn't realize what a
how much of a factor he was.
Yeah, that is not the same group of guys without Dan Quinn.
Yeah, I got Raiders winning that game as well.
And we move on to the dog pound.
Cleveland Steamers.
Cleveland Deuce Droppers. The Browns.
I feel like there's still problems going on within that team. I believe the Raiders actually get a win on that.
If the Raiders are as well coached as I believe that they should be by this time of year under Pete Carroll, I believe that will be a win as well too. The Browns still got a ways to go. Yes, they got Judkins out there, and I love him to death, and he could very well be the second coming of Nick Chubb for them.
They actually got a good tight end group.
We got a good tight end group. I still think Jerry Jeudy's not going to be enough at receiver.
I felt that instead of going tight end, I felt they should have went and tried to grab a better wide receiver.
I would not have passed on Travis Hunter.
No.
That was
I
stupid.
feel like that's going to be the one that bites them big time.
Mm-hmm. I would not have passed on Travis Hunter if I was Cleveland. That was stupid.
I know they want to try to put up the whole we need to get Garrett help, but I mean, like, you still could have got Garrett.
That's
help.
Travis Hunter. Yeah,
exactly. So,
which brings us week 13, November 30th, on the road at our second home, fabulous sunny Los Angeles, California, SoFi Stadium against the Los Angeles Chargers.
We will lose that one.
I agree. Strange things seem to have happened in SoFi, and the officiating is suspect to say the least. Raiders will lose week 13 to the Chargers. Where do we at? Who's got the tally on that so far? For me, and it should be the same numbers, different teams. Headed into week 14. Oh, don't all run at once.
I got it right here. Hold up. I know I tallied that shit right. Hold on. Pats, Chargers. It's 2-0. Bears, Colts is 4-1.
Be 8-4, I believe.
Titans lost. Chiefs win. You got us losing to the Jags. You got us losing to Denver. Beat the Cowboys. Beat the Browns. Lose to the Chargers. So that's what? How many lost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got Denver next. And we're at home.
I believe we'll win that game.
Yeah. And then we got the Texans. See, now, this is an interesting one.
Yeah, Philadelphia first.
Oh yeah, you got
on the road.
Oh
I expect them to drop that
I'm gonna chalk that one as a loss.
in the snow.
You don't know if it's gonna be in the snow.
It should be. It'll be cold enough.
Nah, weather been weird out here lately. It'll be cold, but it won't be that cold yet. And we go back inside the dome. We go against
C.J. Stroud, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Royals.
You know what?
Nico Collins and the mighty big Houston receiving core. They got arguably the largest receiving core in the
Can they
league.
stay healthy?
That is the key question. And at week 16, I doubt it. And if they do,
I'm going to give the Raiders the upset over the Texans.
New York Football Giants.
I give the Raiders the win over them because what's crazy, Brian Dabble has already been fired.
I don't believe that's going to be the case. I think Dart bought him a year, maybe two.
Boy, if they start with a losing stretch.
Yeah. Brad, have you seen their first 4 games? Their first 4.
Boy, you better at least win one of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna fire him because of them first 4 games, you might as well just do it now.
You better win one of them.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
Well do it now.
You smart. You do all this damn strategy and shit to see your quarterback and figure out this shit on the board and all that shit. You better figure out on the fucking board how to beat one of them teams.
One of them, but probably 2.
If you at least get 1 or 2, you safe.
And if you're gonna get one, it better be one of them in the division. I think your best bet is probably gonna get the boys early.
If you don't get the boys, then his ass is cooked.
Yeah.
And then KC.
It won't be Washington. Because it for sure won't be Washington.
I have us sweeping the Chiefs. Now every cousin fucker's about to get in this damn comment section, or they gonna end up DMing me. You don't know nothing about football.
Clearly just a little bit more than you do. The fall has been due to come, and they have a coach who will run the ball the requisite amount of times, and now you have a quarterback that can do the thing that Aiden O'Connell was not able to do. And by the way, Aiden O'Connell lit y'all asses up. Lit the Chiefs' asses up, that is. But Geno Smith, if you can run out of the pocket and quarterbacks that can run, give the Chiefs fits. The team speed, the size of the wide receivers is going to cause the Chiefs more problems than their speed will.
You already got to worry about Brock Bowers.
It's going to come to where you won't be able to double anybody because everybody will be bigger than the defenders that they're facing. Your smallest wide receiver is going to be Jack Beck. That's your smallest pass catcher, not named Trey Tucker.
That's a lot to think about right there.
At 6'2", and he can block, and is an angry person, and blocks like an angry person, and plays with an edge, and I love it. And absolutely big and fast as shit. They don't have anybody fast enough. They don't have anybody big enough. And one of the undersold things about Thornton is when you throw on the Tennessee tape, he looks like a linear route runner. But if you go back to Oregon is where I was truly amazed because I couldn't believe that he would leave because it looked like it was working out well. He was a piece that they needed. But the backstory on that I was told was that they offered him more money and a larger role at supposedly at Tennessee.
And it tends to happen. So Raiders finish what? With the 12-win season?
Well, I would say probably 11, 12 at best, 11 most likely. Once you start hitting 10 or below, so I feel that there was something went wrong. You had an injury somewhere.
Yeah.
But we shall see. And that's with us completely writing off Trey Tucker. And that's not that I meant to write him off. That's just that they brought in almost an entire new receiving core. He gonna have to earn his.
No, you're absolutely right.
10-7 is gonna get you into the playoffs, Ty.
Yeah, especially in the AFC.
That's gonna get you.
I mean, really in each conference.
Yeah, that's a heck of a turnaround. Well, your quarterback improvement is massive. Your running back improvement, well, we expect to also be massive. The wide receiving help does it. You can't even say it. You can't even say how much, because you bring in the rookies that you brought in. You've got two guys who don't drop balls at all, who are 6'3", 6'2", excellent blockers, a 6'5" speedster and a 5'7" speedster, and then the guys that you brought in as UDFAs.
And the reason why people are jumping and saying like, "Oh yeah, this is probably about a 6 to 8 win team," people don't factor in when you don't have proper coaching, you're going to fall apart. When you didn't have a proper quarterback situation, your team is going to fall apart. You had a defense last year, but again, your quarterback is not driving downfield. You're not even getting a fucking touchdown. You're not even getting a fucking field goal. They were going 3 and out.
Mm-hmm.
You had that booger picking mullet and fucking Minshew that couldn't get shit done. Now everybody said, "Oh yeah, Aiden O'Connell." I'm like, okay, he can put up the yards. The thing about it is he putting up the points. Didn't see it. Didn't see enough of it.
He didn't have much to work with either.
That too. And maybe it was too little too late. But still, you're looking at a guy like Geno Smith that is considered he's top 12 quarterback. He is. He's accurate. Has been putting up the numbers the last, 3 seasons? So I don't see where they're going to have struggles at. And you had a wide receiver with shitty ass quarterback play still get over 1,000 yards receiving. You had Brock Bowers did what he did with shitty ass quarterback play. So again, having those two and then adding one arguably the best running back that was the Heisman running up, came up second in the Heisman, and doing what he did in college. I mean, shit. You have pieces.
Yes, being the focal point of the offense. The best thing for him is the fact
that fuck throwing the football. They said, give that motherfucker the ball.
The best part about that is going to be that the teams won't be able to adopt the same strategy that Penn State did when they played Boise.
Nah.
There's too much other talent on the Raiders for teams to solely focus on Ashton Genty. Now he's going to have to come out here and show what he can do, and we believe that he can be successful and that he can be good, but we still got to see it. But he won't have to be everything, and that should help him out tremendously.
And like critical plays, like within the red zone, turning over the ball and shit. Like, we'll go prime example. That fucking Denver game, you were looking like, damn, okay, they actually giving it to Denver right now. You throw a fucking pick six, and then you completely fell apart. And I'm saying your quarterback fell apart after that shit. So again, people need to understand your quarterback play has a major hand in how your team progress and how they're going forward and what direction they're going. Actually, like if it's going, you're going right on track, you're going to be good to go. If it's steady, you're still going to be maybe hit some little speed bumps, but I mean you're still going to be good. But I'm saying when you have a guy that's inconsistent, just looking lackluster out there, and then doubting himself within the second game of the fucking season and shit, that's a problem.
Absolutely, it is. And as we talk about coaching, the thing that really goes under the radar is how much the Raiders have drafted offensive talent that's suited to what Chip Kelly does, what he likes to run on offense. They're going to come. They're
Oh no, Robinson froze. I guess we are back. If he was trying to say, oh, there he is. There he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
hit it over the top and get some quick scores and start.
Up. There he go. Come on. Sound it out. Oh, shit.
Yeah, after an hour and a half, almost hour and 45 minutes now.
God dang, man. Over here, like, look. Look, either way, look, you having the pieces that Chip Kelly needs for his offense. The Raiders can go on and succeed. You got fast running backs. You got good, solid blockers. You got an excellent tight end. You have a good wide receiver. You drafted two other good wide receivers as well. And then you also have a good tight end. So there's so many things that they can do. There's so many pieces they can move around on the field to make mismatches, something that we haven't had in a minute. So that being said, and then you also got to remember, Raheem Mostert, they will line him up in the slot at times. They will actually move him around in motion like they did in Miami. And having him in the bunch, that's pretty much solid. So overall, the Raiders, yes, we can jump and say, yeah, they look 15 times better on paper, but I think that's going to definitely stick. And for anybody, and I'm going to answer this shit real quick because I'm not going to say it. I don't think Tyree Wilson is actually a fucking bust. Tyree Wilson's actually been playing solid. It may not be to the standards that you guys want, but Tyree Wilson has been getting the fucking job done. He's been solid. And no, you don't need to be moving no fuck. Why the fuck would I move fucking Michael Mayers to fucking fullback? Leave his ass at tight end. You already drafted two big ass motherfuckers. You got JJ Pegues. That's your fucking fullback right there, and your D tackle. Come on, man.
I concur. Move Mayer to fullback, not gonna happen. So Mostert is a great mentor to Genty. Yes, signing Nick Chubb would be great. Brad, that man has no good knees. No good. No, Chubb. And while seeing them deadlift videos and them squat videos look absolutely wonderful, I remember what his knee looked like when it got bent backwards.
Stop, man. Why did you bring that shit up?
It was Kenneth, actually. Tyree needs to go.
Hold on.
He needs to go to wide 9.
Yes. I agree with that right there.
I'd say he needs to run a wide. They need to run a wide 9 and let him crash.
But overall, he's actually. It's like
3 technique would work too.
He got better.
Yeah, 3 technique would be great.
Even in his limited role, he got better this past year. Had 10 quarterback hits. He had 6 tackles for a loss, 4.5 sacks. I mean, shit. Didn't he put up about the same fucking numbers as fucking Jalen Carter in sacks? So.
Yeah, we have a hope he had got a fat man dance. Me too. I love to see the big boys rumble.
So what? Jalen Carter so far has 10 and a half sacks in his 2 years. Tyree Wilson has 8. If you really look at it, Wilson does make plays.
He does, and they run away from him, which is why he doesn't have more sacks than what he does. Is because they see his great big ass chasing him, and they run a little faster.
Again, ain't nobody fucking trying to deal with the fucking Green Mile. Y'all motherfuckers really need to look closely. Motherfuckers be trying to stay the fuck away from the Green Mile.
They do. Actively. Hour 45 minutes, 303 people watching. Thank you very much for tuning in, especially for this scheduled release show, this draft coverage show. And we're going to have a lot more content coming up to you guys in the future and talking this Raider stuff and breaking it down and giving you new, fresh stuff now that we don't have to regurgitate the same recycled
Oh, man.
months.
Fuck. How much shit has been going around just being regurgitated?
Far too much. But we're in OTAs. We've had rookie mini camp. We're having mini camp now. And we got training camp coming up probably in probably about 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then it'll be back to football, doing what we love best.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes. Again, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. If you have not, give us some likes, subscribe to the channel. Me and Robinson are back. Our vacation is over.
Donate generously to the ME Foundation. Drop a super chat or whatnot. We have a goal this year, and our goal is to trademark. And so we need to be able to handle that financially, and we need to handle that with our subscribers. And we do that by promising to bring you much more content regularly and just the way that you like it, raw and uncut. He's Jones. I'm Robinson. This is the Unfiltered Truth, and we are out.